My name is Tina Cucker, and I'm a kindergarten teacher here at Lowell MST. I'm also the garden manager during the summertime, so I teach the garden classes. We last summer ran two different kinds of programs. We ran a garden camp. So we had 2 sessions of garden camp where kids could come and learn about plants and gardens and different vegetables and things that they could do with seeds. And then we also had an eco camp that we ran, and we talked about composting and our impact on the environment and what we can do in the garden that would be like, environmentally friendly, and just how we impact each other. We also had summer school during some of those sessions. And so we have some kids that were coming from the community. We have kids that coming from our school. And then we, during summer school, had them all together. So during the regular garden camps, we had a total enrollment of about 25 kids. And included in that was 10 of our ELL students, our English language learners, which was a fun thing to have this last summer. We hadn't really tried to focus on them as much in the past, and we had an opportunity to provide them with that experience because they have so little availability to transportation and ways to get involved outside of their homes. And so we could bring them in, they could learn about the garden, and their families were very, very thankful for all the vegetables that they got to take home. And a lot of times they asked us if they could plant things for them next year. They already gave us ideas. And so obviously it has a big impact on those families. And it also helped them be more comfortable with more teachers in our building besides just our ELL teacher. So that was kind of a fun thing for them to now come and recognize me and talk to me in the hallways at school. Also, like I said, during summer school, we had all of the classes out. And so we would take a few of the grades per day and come out to the garden, and they would do a lesson that was appropriate for their grade level. We would tie it in with what they were doing in the classrooms, so it might be a math skill, it might be we're trying to read something, we're writing about something in the garden, counting, estimating, just about anything you can think of, we can tie it into our curriculum. It gives the kids great practice, it's hands-on, and they don't know they're learning when they're out in the garden. When they're in the classroom, they kind of know, oh, it's summer school and I'm working on this. Out in the garden, they think that's like recess, and they are outside. They love tasting the vegetables, they love learning about the different vegetables, and when they're doing writing in the garden, it doesn't count as work to them. And we also had the ELL students during that portion of it. It ended up being about 80 students that would have participated during the sessions that were during summer school. And then we also had our garden camp, or our eco camp at the end, and that was probably our biggest participation besides the summer school group. We had about 25 kids that were signed up for that one. And that was a lot of fun because we had different groups coming in to learn about things like insects, butterflies. We talked a lot about our worm bins. They each got to make a mini worm bin to compost. Just a lot of very fun hands-on things. Kind of a nice way to end the summer before the school year started up again.
Can you tell us a little bit about the personal impact that you have undergone as a result? Why do you keep coming back? Why is it part of who you are?
Well, it was a fun thing when I had the opportunity to start because I've always been a gardener. I was in 4-H as a kid. I grew up on a farm. I have a huge garden at home myself. And it's a fun way for me to teach the love of plants and where they come from to kids. And I love that amazement where they plant the seeds in the spring and they like planting. They think it's fun. They're out there in the dirt. It's great. And then when something actually starts to grow, and just see how excited they are when it's actually something came out of this little thing they stuck in the ground. And then when it comes to harvest time and they can eat whatever it was that they planted is amazing. And I have kids trying vegetables that they say when we plant them, I do not eat Brussels sprouts. I do not eat squash. I do not eat these things. And then when it comes time to harvest, they love them because they grew them themselves. And I hope that carries over in their life, that they will try new things, that they will take some of those skills and plant gardens themselves, just all of those fun things. And I just like the excitement of the kids and just be able to teach them something that I like, and it's just a lot of fun for me.